In the shadowy corners of mythology and religion, where angels and demons blur, one name echoes with a chilling resonance: Samael. Known as the venom of God, the angel of death, and the great adversary, his story is a tangled web of creation and destruction, divinity and damnation. Today we journey into the heart of darkness to uncover the many faces of this enigmatic being. Who is Samael really? Is he an angel of righteousness, a demon of pure evil, or something far more complex? Let's travel back in time to the earliest whispers of his name in ancient texts. In the apocryphal book of Enoch, Samael is not a fallen angel in the conventional sense. He is presented as a glorious archangel, a celestial prince ruling over the fifth heaven. Imagine that, a being of immense power and authority, one of the chief angels in the celestial hierarchy. He was said to be in charge of a host of 2 million angels, carrying out the divine will. Some traditions even describe him as one of the 7 archangels who stand before the throne of God. In these early accounts, he is less a figure of rebellion and more a powerful, albeit severe, agent of the divine. His name, sometimes translated as the venom of God, wasn't necessarily a mark of evil. Instead, it could signify his role as the deliverer of God's harsh but just decrees, a poison to the wicked, but a medicine for the cosmos. This was a being who commanded respect and fear in equal measure, a guardian of cosmic law whose methods were absolute. But the story of Samael takes a much darker turn. In texts like the Apocalypse of Moses and various rabbinic traditions, he assumes one of his most famous and terrifying roles, the angel of death. Here he is the one who comes for every human soul at the end of their life. He is depicted as a formidable figure, full of eyes, a terrifying sight to behold. According to one legend, when Samael comes to take a soul, he holds a sword with a drop of gall, or poison, on its tip. This single drop is enough to cause the final convulsion of death. He is not just a passive ferryman of souls. He is an active participant, a commander of destroying angels, a force of nature that cannot be reasoned with or escaped. When God brought the plagues upon Egypt, it was said that Samael, as the angel of death, was the one who passed over the homes of the Israelites and struck down the firstborn. In this aspect, his function is still tied to the divine will, but his association with mortality, suffering, and the end of all things paints him in a much more sinister light. He embodies the terrifying finality of existence, the ultimate judgment from which there is no appeal. The evolution of Samael continues as he merges with another iconic figure of evil, Satan, the adversary. In Hebrew, Satan simply means accuser or adversary, and it was a role, not necessarily a proper name. In the Talmud and Midrash, Samael is explicitly identified as this accuser. He is the prosecuting attorney in the heavenly court, constantly testing humanity's faith and accusing them of their sins before God. It was Samael, in this role, who was said to be the patron angel of the Roman Empire, a force seen as oppressing the Jewish people. He was also identified as the guardian angel of Esau, the perennial rival of Jacob. In one of the most famous stories from the book of Genesis, Jacob wrestles with a mysterious divine being through the night. Later traditions identified this being as Samael, acting as Esau's spiritual champion, trying to prevent Jacob from receiving his blessing. This is a crucial shift. Samael is no longer just a grim reaper. He is an active antagonist to God's chosen people, a celestial force working to thwart the divine plan for humanity. He becomes the ultimate tempter, the seducer who leads people astray, not just to test them, but out of a deep-seated jealousy and malice. Perhaps the most infamous story associated with Samael is his alleged role in the Garden of Eden. While the book of Genesis simply refers to the serpent, later interpretations, particularly in Jewish apocryphal texts, needed to explain how such a creature could talk and possess such cunning. The answer they found was Samael. According to the Perkei de Rabbi Eliezer, a text from the 8th or 9th century, Samael was an archangel of great stature, jealous of Adam's special place in God's creation. He descended from the heavens riding a serpent, which at the time was an upright creature like a camel, and used it as a vessel to speak to Eve. He tempted her with the fruit of the tree of knowledge, not just out of simple disobedience, but with a calculated plan to corrupt humanity. The story gets even darker. Some interpretations claim that Samael did more than just trick Eve. He seduced her, and from this unholy union, the first murderer, Cain, was born. In this telling, Cain is not the son of Adam, but the literal son of Satan, the seed of the serpent. This legend frames Samael as the ultimate source of evil in the world, the father of sin and death, whose actions in the Garden of Eden set in motion all of human suffering. As we move into the mystical traditions of the Cabala, Samael's character becomes even more intricate and profound. In the Zohar, the foundational text of Jewish mysticism, Samael is a central figure in the cosmic drama. He is the leader of the other side, the Sitra Achra, which represents the realm of evil and impurity. This realm is composed of the Klippeth, or husks, which are the remnants of a failed, unbalanced creation. Samael is the king of these husks, the great dragon who commands the forces of darkness. But it's his relationship with another notorious figure that truly defines his role in Cabala, Lilith. In this tradition, Lilith, often known as Adam's first rebellious wife, becomes Samael's demonic queen. Together, they are the unholy couple, a dark mirror to the divine union of God and his feminine aspect, the Shekinah. Samael and Lilith work in tandem to spread impurity, block the flow of divine light, and ensnare human souls. They represent the ultimate spiritual opposition, the forces of chaos and separation that constantly threaten the balance of the cosmos. Yet even here, his existence is seen as a necessary part of creation, a force of constriction that allows for free will and the ultimate triumph of good. The story of Samael takes another strange and fascinating turn in the world of Gnosticism. The Gnostics were a diverse group of early Christian and Jewish sects who held a radical view of the universe. They believed the material world was not the creation of the true, benevolent God, but of a lesser, flawed, and often malevolent deity. They called this creator the demiurge, and one of his most common names was Yaldabaoth. In many Gnostic texts, like the Apocryphon of John, this Yaldabaoth is explicitly identified with Samael. The name is sometimes interpreted as the blind god, a fitting description for a creator who fashions a flawed material prison for divine souls, ignorant of the true spiritual reality that exists beyond his realm. This Gnostic Samael is an arrogant, jealous being who declares, "I am God, and there is no other God beside me." He is the Lord of this world, the architect of our physical bodies and the suffering they endure. For the Gnostics, salvation wasn't about following the laws of this creator, but about escaping his world through gnosis or secret knowledge to return to the true spiritual home. In this view, Samael isn't just an adversary. He's the mistaken God we all unknowingly worship. From the highest heavens to the deepest abyss, Samael has worn many masks: Archangel, Deathbringer, Accuser, Tempter, Demonic King, and Blind Creator. His legacy is a testament to our enduring struggle with the problem of evil. How can a good God allow for so much suffering? Samael provides an answer, albeit a complex and often contradictory one. He is the ultimate scapegoat, the divine executioner, the necessary evil that gives meaning to good. His story continued to evolve through the centuries, becoming a fixture in medieval grimoires and occult lore, where magicians sought to summon and control him, hoping to harness his immense power for their own ends. He remains a powerful symbol of rebellion, forbidden knowledge, and the terrifying, seductive power of the shadow self. An angel who became a demon, a creator who became a destroyer, a single name that contains a multitude of horrors and wonders. The venom of God remains potent, a myth that continues to challenge, fascinate, and terrify us to this very day. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into the legend of Samael. If you enjoyed this journey into the shadows, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more explorations of mythology and lore. Let me know in the comments which enigmatic figure you'd like to see me cover next. Until then, stay curious.